Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary and I am here in my living room in front of my Fluval 5-gallon Spec. Now today it's time for a Tuesday tip and I have a new build series planned for you guys, but it's taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. So I thought we would do a quick update on my Fluval Spec and how the algae is either progressing or disappearing. Now if you remember correctly, I set up this aquarium in July of 2016 and it was planted very differently then and stocked very differently. Originally, it housed a colony of blue neocaridina shrimp as well as a ton of fast-growing plants. But I just wasn't maintaining it properly, so I pulled most of those out and have converted it to a really slow-growing aquarium. Let's take a closer look. Now, I will link you guys to a bunch of the videos on this aquarium, but as you can see, it's really easy going. And it's not a very cohesive aquascape. I really need to do some work. I need to either add some plants here or remove that piece of wood and get some more growth in the back. This aquarium houses Fishious, who you guys named for me through a poll on my channel. He is a rescue betta that I took in from a customer of mine who had to move. And while he's perfectly imperfect, he's certainly quite happy in this aquarium. Now, the reason I moved the shrimp out is because of these intake strainers in the aquarium. It was sucking all the baby shrimplets in, and while they weren't being killed, it sort of defeated the purpose of it being a shrimp aquarium. So I decided to just put them in a different one rather than modifying this aquarium. This aquarium houses Sid, as we know, and it also has about a half dozen amano shrimp. For a while there, it was having some pretty significant algae issues, both with green spot algae, hair algae, and this long cladophora type. And most of that was honestly my fault. You see, when I house aquariums in my living room, I have a very difficult time keeping up with the maintenance after I've done all the work in the fish room each day. And this aquarium was really starting to suffer. So I got back on track and started doing my 50% water changes each week, as well as dosing with a half dose of this Tropica fertilizer twice a week. And what has resulted is that all my green spot algae has disappeared. I no longer have any more hair or thread algae. And the only algae left is this algae growing on the knuckles of the wood. That's basically a beautifully mown cladophora. And honestly, I kind of like it, so I'm going to leave it there. Now, the only other issue I've been having with this aquarium is, again, user error. I planted my hair grass in too thick of plugs. And because of that, my friend Sid Fishious here has taken to uprooting them and adding them to his bubble nest. Now, I've told you in past videos, he really likes this top left corner because it's the quietest area in the aquarium. And that's where he builds his bubble nest. And he's taken to pulling out clumps of hair grass and adding them to it in order to secure his bubbles. Since this aquarium is meant to be low stress, low maintenance, I've just sort of let him do his thing. All in all, though, it's really come together into a much healthier aquarium. Though it is due for a water change and a trim, this moss is getting sort of out of control. Now, I do think, as I mentioned, that I'm going to alter this wood or put in more plants in this area so it has a more rounded appearance and a more cohesive look. But it's certainly been a very, very easy aquarium to maintain, and from across the room, the pop of green looks quite nice. Now, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on the future progress of this aquarium. I plan to spend some time working on it within the next few weeks to make it a bit more beautiful. But initially, I just wanted to make sure that the plants I had chosen were going to survive or thrive or not die in this aquarium. And it's really done quite well with just the stock lighting, no CO2, and just this minimal fertilization. All in all, it's a super easy aquarium to maintain, which is exactly what I need outside of the fish room. As always, thank you for your continued support. Make sure you stop by my Instagram, my Facebook, and my website, MsJinx.com, where you can find my upcoming speaking engagements, my current stock list, and information on all things nano.